Can an AI really be creative? I mean, not just good, but truly groundbreaking? Well, today we're going to dig into a fascinating new training method that teaches AI how to escape that good enough trap and start hunting for genuinely brilliant, out-of-the-box solutions. Let's get into it. Okay, so to really get what's so revolutionary here, we first have to talk about a fundamental problem in AI, a challenge that can stop even the most powerful systems dead in their tracks. So picture this. You give an AI a really complex problem. It churns away, finds a solid, workable solution, and then it just stops. It's hit a good enough answer. But what if a revolutionary, world-changing solution was just one creative leap away? How do we get the AI to keep pushing, to keep searching?
You know, in the AI world, this rut has a name. It's called a local optimum. Think about it like this. Say you're training a little virtual creature to walk. It might quickly figure out a clumsy shuffle that, yeah, gets it from A to B. That's a solution, but it's far from the best one. The AI gets stuck there, content with its shuffle, never discovering the faster, more efficient sprint it was always capable of.
So how do you break an AI out of that trap? Well, the first big breakthrough came from smashing two powerful ideas together. Not just searching for high-quality solutions, but also demanding a ton of diversity among them. The huge shift in thinking was to stop trying to find one single champion. Instead, the goal became to build an entire team of champions, each with its own unique skill. So for our little virtual creature, this means we're not just looking for the fastest runner anymore. We're also looking for the best swimmer, the strongest climber, and maybe even some bizarre hoppers and crawlers we never would have even imagined. Now, to organize this search, the early algorithms used a concept called an archive. The easiest way to think about it is like a pre-drawn map of all the possible behaviors you can think of. The AI's job is to explore this entire map and plant a flag, the best possible solution it can find, on every single square. And check this out. This is what one of those archives actually looks like. It makes that whole behavior map idea totally concrete, right? Every single colored square you see here represents a unique way of behaving that the AI has discovered. The color itself shows just how good that solution is. You're literally seeing the landscape of possibilities the AI has explored. But as powerful as this whole map-based approach is, it has one critical and, frankly, creativity-killing flaw. The problem is right there in the name, a predefined map. A human has to draw this thing before the AI even starts looking. And that leads to a huge question. What if the most creative, the most game-changing solutions exist in places we never even thought to put on our map? And this just perfectly illustrates the core issue. We're boxing the AI in with our own limited imagination. If our map for that creature only includes coordinates for running and swimming, the AI will never discover that it could have learned to fly. It is fundamentally limited by us. So this is where a breakthrough approach called Diverse Quality Species, or DQS for short, completely changes the game. The core idea here is so simple, but it's also radical. DQOS throws out the map completely. It frees the AI from our human biases about what's possible and just lets it explore the vast landscape of solutions on its own terms. Okay, so how does it work without a map? It uses a process inspired directly by nature called speciation. DQS takes the entire population of solutions and just lets them form different species based on their behavior. Each species then evolves independently, kind of like animals finding their own ecological niches. And crucially, they get rewarded for two things: being good at what they do and being different from everyone else. So the whole thing boils down to this elegant three-step loop. First, divide the population into species. Second, evaluate them and reward them for both their performance and their uniqueness. And third, take the best performers, the elites, from each species and use them to create the next generation. It's this constant cycle of exploring new possibilities and improving existing ones, all at the same time. And this visualization just shows it perfectly. This is what happens when you let the AI evolve without a map. Each color here is a different species, and as you can see, they aren't all clumped together. They naturally spread out, exploring unique skills and behaviors all across the problem space, without anyone having to tell them where to look. This all sounds great in theory, but the real question is, does it actually work? Let's look at the results and see how DQS stacks up against those old map-based methods. This quote from the research papers sums it up perfectly. DQS isn't just a different idea, it's a demonstrably better one. It finds better solutions, and it finds them faster, with less trial and error. The researchers put DQS to the test on several simulated robots, a walker, an ant, you name it. And the results? They were undeniable. In every single test, DQS discovered solutions that reached a higher peak performance than any of the map-based methods. It just plain won. Now, what's so cool about this slide is you can see the difference. It's a direct, visual comparison. On the left is the map of solutions found by DQS for that walking robot, and on the right is a leading map-based method. See that intense bright yellow on the left? That color means higher quality solutions. DQS is clearly finding better ways for the robot to walk. And that visual difference, it translates into a hard number. For that walking robot, DQS achieved a performance increase of over 55%. That is not just a small tweak. That is a massive leap forward. So what does all this mean for the future? Well, this breakthrough is about much more than just making virtual robots walk better. It really points to a new direction for AI itself. By letting the AI off the leash of our predefined maps, we're unlocking a more powerful and flexible kind of problem solving. This is a huge step towards an AI that doesn't just improve on our ideas, but discovers entirely new ones we've never even considered. I mean, think about the potential here. We're talking about robots that can adapt to completely unexpected situations, AI that generates novel engineering designs that a human would never think of, or discovering new molecules for drug development, or even developing complex strategies for business or games. The possibilities are huge. And this brings us to a final, pretty fascinating question. If an AI can discover brilliant solutions in places we never even imagined to look, what does that mean for our definition of creativity? It suggests a future where innovation isn't just about combining old ideas in new ways, but about discovering the truly fundamentally new. Thanks for digging into this with me.